One good here are 2 needles. One, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 'Okay, last group. Okay, let's take off the marker buckle. Inside the stitch of the marking buckle, print it. Okay, here. Here we want a tick. It is the addition of the last line. What about the stitching in this row? We add every 3 stitches. But this time, we need to hook an extra stitch first. Then every 3 times like this. After raising the needle, in the first stitch we hook 2 short stitches. 1, 2, good. Then we have the second needle here. Let's fasten the marking buckle on the first stitch here. Well, now we need 3 stitches apart. Equal to 1. 1. 1 is good, next is 2. We become plus stitches in just. Well, the first stitch becomes an extra stitch, and then the next 3 stitches. So we become. Now it becomes 2111. We need a total of 3. In order to make this circle, this is what we ticked. Is it a disc now? In order to make him more mellow. So you can't add needles at the same place. So we need to add stitches to the first stitch. Okay, our last stitch. Then remove the mark. The place where the mark is buckled is still the same. Pull pin. Okay, after ticking line 12,345 on our side, line 6 to 11, we do not add or subtract. It is to hook a short stitch in each stitch. Repeat until line 11. Let's stand here first. Then hook a short stitch in the first stitch. Next stitch a short stitch. A short needle. Do you see it? in every stitch. And where is our first stitch? Still the same as before. Draw first, then stand up. Then start to crochet like this. What about us now? Repeat until line 11. Tick these all first. OK, the 11th row here has been ticked off. Then we inside the first stitch. Hook a pin. A standing stitch after the pulling stitch is finished. Then pull it into the first needle. Let's make a short stitch. What about after the short needle is hooked? We're going to start cutting stitches. Minus every 3 stitches. According to our rule of adding needles, every 3 stitches minus every 2 stitches minus like this. What about after we buckle the mark now? Let's hook 3 stitches first. Now the first stitch is ticked. Then we crochet the second stitch now. Then crochet the third stitch. OK. How do we reduce the number of stitches after hooking up the 3 stitches? We pick the outer coil. The outer coil sees that there is no wire. After a thread is picked out, we pick out an outside of this coil. In this case, we are equal to 2 coils. We pick on this crochet hook. Then we hook the line through these 2 loops. After passing through these 2 coils, equal to us here, 2 coils merged into this 1 coil. OK, we tick. Short stitch then. Every 3 stitches 1 to 3. Half coil. Then pick the half loop of the next stitch. Then go hook the line. Then hook 2 loops. 1, 2, 3 half picks. That some people may feel, this half needle will be more difficult to pick. Just pick it and twist it back like this. It might be a bit tighter. It will be more difficult. It's hard to come back and pick him like this. What about the tightness? It's up to you to adjust. OK, aside. 2 or 3, let's finish reducing the stitches in this line. It's all like this. This kind of needle reduction is called invisible needle reduction. It will look better if the stitches are reduced. Good. Let's take off the rubber buckle here. This stitch and the glue button. Wear it in and tick 1. Go in and hook a puller needle over. After that, hook a standing needle. What about the next line? We are unrelenting hook. Line 13 is neither adding nor subtracting. Then let's tick this line. Finish the first stitch. If you deduct the marked deduction, I will not deduct it. You buckle up the plus sign first. Then go to hook the number of stitches behind. We put this line. What about after hooking this line? We should have a total of 32 pins. Okay, after you take off the buckle. Still, the same in the first stitch. We stand up. Draw the needle up and set up a short stitch. What about the next line here? In this line of work, we are separated by 2 stitches. Now we've crocheted a stitch. Then the second stitch. We fasten the rubber button on the first stitch. Then, needle reduction. 1, 2. -1 or 2. It's better to take off the mark. Then tick a line without adding or subtracting. Here is the last line without adding or subtracting. Then the next 2 rows of minus stitches. You can shut up. Then let's tick the box here first. After that we for truss. Put a little stuffing in. $45. 6,789. $101,112. 1314151611718. $19 to 21 to 223. No, 20 for here, 20 for pins. The next 2 lines, with 16 lines, is the interval. 1 stitch minus 1 stitch. And 17 rows is directly minus the stitches without interval. Good. Let's put some stuffing in there first. Alright, let's go next, 1 stitch at a time.